Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and in this episode we are talking about the arrival of the Things collection from Sterling Entertainment. This is the company that brought us the Camp Blood collection, the Axe Grinder collection, and the Occultist collection. But the Things collection is a little bit different. It's also perhaps the most ambitious since the Camp Blood collection because we're talking about 5 Things titles. But like, what are the Things movies? So they're horror and sci-fi horror anthology segments. Of course, we're talking about sort of a shot-on-video style of horror. There's a huge subculture of this stuff, and inspired by perhaps Creepshow, Tales from the Dark Side, the anthology. 3 segments tied together with a narrative, a through line that kind of runs through everything. I like this a lot. The tagline here is creatures created by the evils of men. I guess I should show you the box first. This is the cover, the front. This is very well done, and this art is really representative of what these movies are. Great job, great spotlight on the gore and the puppets, and because that's a big part of it, right? Is like the practical and the CG effects, right? Like the creatures, the monsters, the stuff that science and the hubris of man created. So, okay, I think kind of a through line through a lot of these movies is there's aliens, there's other planets, there's biological stuff. That's the sort of stuff that we're talking about with Things. So let's just go through these one by one really quick. Of course, no spoilers here. My job is just to show you what these are, let you make an informed decision about them. This is the cover for the first Blu-ray. The art on these continues to be among some of the best for what these are. I mean, this just harkens back to the golden age of... we're talking about stuff that's shot on video, and I should say, I just want to be clear, when we talk about shot on video stuff, like this starts, the first one I think it's 1993, and we're talking about, it's clearly video era, right? Like VHS era. To see things evolve as time goes on, by the time we get to, there's a gap between, so there's Things 3, and then we jump to Things 4, so you see we jumped over Things 2. There's an issue. I'm not sure exactly what the issue was. Maybe it was a permission issue, a copyright issue, a licensing thing. I don't know. So we have Things 3, Things 4. This is the jump. There's like a, like an 18-year jump between these or something like that. We go from like the late 90s to like the 20 teens, right? Things 5 and Things... This is Things, aka I guess it's Things 2, Things with a Z. But it's just so interesting to see how these things kind of evolve and how digital technology comes in and the quality just goes through the roof. You're watching some of these early ones. They're shot on video quality. Then you get to the later entries and there's like drone shots over waterfalls and there's like digital monsters and stuff. It's so interesting to see how the technology has aided this kind of storytelling. So back to it. Here's the first one, and it's got some pretty groovy special features on here. It's got like an alternate cut of the movie. It's got a slideshow trailer, raw footage, box set reviews from a certain Serial at Midnight host, and the first Things cut. So it's got like an earlier alternate cut to the movie, which is very cool to have. Things 3, because I told you what happened with Things 2. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't tell you what the deal is with that is. This was directed by Ron Ford, and Ron Ford does a lot of these, or has done a lot of these kinds of movies. This was written, produced, and directed by Ron Ford. Here's a fun fact for you. Ron's brother is a Patreon supporter of Serial at Midnight, so it's kind of all in the family. Who would I be? I guess I would be Meathead, right? Like if we're doing an all in the family kind of a thing. Anyway, Things 3 is again looking great. I'll tell you another cool thing about this movie is that C. Courtney Joyner is in it as like a hitman. C. Courtney Joyner's popped up on the channel a lot lately because he's He's a writer, he's a producer, I believe. He's done on-screen appearances, filmmaker, but he is also a endless font of knowledge for classic horror talk. So he has recently popped up when we talked about our the Hammer horror box set that came out recently and the Inner Sanctum Mysteries box set. He's on both of those. And I've been talking about him. So if you've seen those, I've talked about C. Courtney Joyner. He actually commented in one of those videos. He commented, he's the kind of guy that you could just say, "Hey, could you tell? How about that Boris Karloff, huh?" And then like an hour and a half later, he's still telling you stories about like it's awe-inspiring, the knowledge that C. Courtney Joyner has. So I love the guy. I think the world of him. But to see him here as a hitman in a late 90s horror anthology production, it's just cool. It's like a little piece of that C. Courtney Joyner puzzle. Extras on this, there's a slideshow, trailers, Camp Blood YouTube review, Occultist review, Axe Grinder YouTube review. It's so cool to be on the discs for some of these, I gotta tell you. Things 4 is the next in the series. This is the one that makes the big leap to more modern technology. And there's it's really interesting as far as like the level of computer. I don't even know how much I should say. The monster design, right? Like we go from kind of rubber masks and some crude, but I mean, listen, my favorite era of movies is like 1993 and earlier. That's the heart of this channel. When we say pop culture and analog, we're talking about, like, for me, it's 93 and earlier. So I love rubber masks. I love that stuff. But it's so interesting to see how monster design was like, it just took off in the era of digital effects. So that really comes into play with Things 4. We have a slideshow, trailers, and a chapter menu. Now, Things 5, Strange Monsters, and this Things, it even says on the disc, I think, yeah, Things 2. These are directed by Joe Sherlock from Skullface Astronaut. By the way, I'm not showing you the discs themselves, but they do look really good. You know, I consider this to be kind of a great collectible for the shot-on-video horror fan. I'm not here to try to convert anybody that's not into shot. We get views from people who think that, like, you know, Transformers 5 is a low-budget movie because it doesn't have the same budget as, like, Transformers 1 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, when we talk about low-budget filmmaking, we're talking about, like, sometimes seriously low budget, sometimes sometimes hundreds of dollars. It's really a testament to what creative people can do in spite of, because of limitations. So I'm not trying to convert anybody until, you know, if you're here and you like, you know, like I only watch Michael Bay. Maybe not for you, but for those of us that do enjoy certain things like this, it's a really interesting and fun physical media artifact that we can have to express our fandom. And so here's the two covers for these. I'm holding them up kind of a piece because to me they're both Joe Sherlock movies. All the hallmarks of Joe Sherlock, the maestro from Skullface Astronaut. So you're gonna have like a higher level of production value. You're gonna have lots of BBWs. If you're into BBWs, Joe Sherlock is he's always got that covered, and like a winking sense of fun, like the way that like there'll be, you know, like a pan shot of a woman on a bed, and then like the logo will come on like the curvature of the body or something like that. So I say all that to say that these feel like Joe Sherlock productions within the framework of the Things oeuvre. You didn't expect the word oeuvre in a Things collection review, did you? Here we go. Let's go with this one. Slideshow, trailer, Invasion of the Empire of the Apes trailer, the Occultist 2 trailer, Children of Camp Blood trailer, director's commentary for Things 2. So if you're into this sort of thing, I think that this is something that you're really going to be happy with. And if you're collecting all of these Sterling Entertainment box sets, you gotta keep going, right? So I also have to let you guys know there's a new Camp Blood movie out. This was included in my my press kit here. Children of Camp Blood, beware. Which Camp Blood movie is this? I can actually, you know what? Here's our Camp Blood box set, and it just so happens that there's a little bit of space. Let's see if this fits. So this is going to come after Camp Blood 8, it looks like. There's the whole series of... Let's try to get the glare off of it. There's our whole series of Camp Blood collection stuff. You know what? Let me show you before I file it away in the box. There's the cover. There's the back cover. And there's the inside. I love what David Sterling has put in here with these flyers. They show the whole box set collection. Again, it's for the horror collector, especially the independent horror collector, right? If you watch these movies, you know, these movies are available in different places. You can stream them. But if you want to own them, I appreciate that David Sterling has gone out of his way to give you like the best that he can do for you. You know, they're Blu-rays. They have special features on them. Very cool art. Okay, look, it goes right on in. Boop. Oh, so the Camp Blood collection is complete for now. Oh, but here, will I be able to close the box? Yep, I am. The Camp Blood collection is complete for now, but is there more coming? I don't know. We'll have to find out together as time marches on. Guys, this is the Things collection Blu-ray box set. To find out how you can pick this up, you got to head over to David Sterling's Facebook page, which I will link to in the description of this video. You got to contact him. There's no listing on any big box retailer. You got to go through the man. You got to call the man. You guys remember the Andy Griffith episode? You got to call the man. You want these box sets, you got to call the man. You got to get in touch with David. So if you do, let him know that Serial at Midnight sent you. And I'd be mighty obliged to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys so much. David, thanks for sending this over so we can share this with the community and pass the word on about all the cool stuff you're doing for these independent horror and sci-fi productions. So guys, thank you so much. Take care. And until next time, I will catch you later.